Hi, my name is Chad Anderson, and I'm the Republican-endorsed candidate in the special election for state representative. My wife, Ann, and I have 4 children in the Bloomington public schools and preschools. I was born here, raised here, went to both Bloomington Kennedy and Normandale, and my family history goes back to the 1950s here in Bloomington. My grandfather was a municipal judge in the early 50s, even before Bloomington became a city in 1960. My professional career, I'm a realtor. I own and operate Orange House Realty. I love Bloomington, and I want to make sure that it continues to be a great place to live, work, and operate a business. Now, please let me discuss a few of the issues that will face our incoming legislator. Minnesota has a near $2 billion budget surplus, and the taxpayers are asking how Minnesota will spend that money. A few years ago, Minnesota raised income tax by about $2 billion, so it's not a huge surprise that we now have a budget surplus of about that amount. By law, we have to put some of that money in reserves, so that leaves us about $1.2 billion. Because the surplus is an overcollection of tax from the taxpayers, the hardworking families, and the businesses, my first priority would be to return it to the taxpayers. And that can be done through income tax reduction, property tax reduction, or a direct rebate back to the taxpayer. My second priority would be to invest some of that money into a comprehensive transportation bill. In Bloomington, we have a great need to improve the 35W 494 interchange, which will increase safety and improve traffic flow. As a member of the Bloomington Chamber of Commerce, the shortage of workers is a topic that comes up. And part of the problem of the shortage of qualified workers is pure demographics. Baby boomers are retiring in large numbers, and there are simply not enough Generation X and Generation Y employees with the necessary skill set to fill those positions. One approach we can take is through education and other programs, like in Bloomington, there's the Career and College Academy. This program allows students to explore different career paths and options, and allows them to get real-world workplace experience and also receive college credits. This is the type of dual-track thinking that we need to look into. Another problem facing our community is the education achievement gap. It is unacceptable that Minnesota has the highest achievement gap in the nation among white students and students of color, especially when we have programs that are designed to eliminate it. Now, in terms of the education achievement gap, in terms of the language barriers, we need to more quickly immerse our students in learning English. Now, we already have programs like this in the schools, and we may just have to revisit those programs to make sure that they are getting the desired effect. Secondly, we also know that students do not learn in the same way or in the same pace. And in Minnesota, we have different education options in terms of public schools, private schools, online learning, and homeschools, and I will continue to support those choices and let the parents decide which type of education method best fits their students. Finally, we could offer high school credits to seniors, and they could help tutor and mentor at-risk youth, and this would help those youth become better in school and learn at a better rate. The home where I grew up is less than a mile from where I currently live. I'm teaching my son to skate at the same rink that my father taught me to skate at. As a realtor and a property owner, I literally walk the streets of Bloomington every day, and I understand the problems facing them with education, with housing, transportation, and healthcare. I also understand that Bloomington could be a great place, and people and businesses can succeed when government is kept small, efficient, and under control. We have a lot to protect in Bloomington, and I know that I can be a passionate advocate and a strong voice for us at the state capitol. I am respectfully asking for your vote on Tuesday, February 9th, and I will get to work hard for the city of Bloomington. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Andrew Carlson, and I'm running for the Minnesota House of Representatives. My wife Kari and I have been married for 13 years, and our 2 daughters attend Bloomington Public Schools. I have an undergraduate degree from Iowa State University and a Master's of Business Administration from the University of St. Thomas. I'm also a policy fellow at the University of Minnesota. I have professionally been a project manager with a background in economic development and have been elected twice to the Bloomington City Council. As a Bloomington City Council member, I serve on several boards and commissions, including the Bloomington Housing and Redevelopment Authority. As a two-term Bloomington City Council member, I have the experience and professional relationships to advocate for the needs of our city and state at the Minnesota Legislature. Our outgoing state representative, Ann Lincheski, is retiring from office, and I am pleased to have her endorsement and the support of the community leaders of all political persuasions. I am running for state representative because I believe by working together we can make a real difference on the issues that matter most to Minnesotans. In November, the State Budget Office predicted a surplus. By law, some of that will have to be placed into reserve to stabilize our state budget. In just a few weeks, the state will release a new forecast the governor and legislature will work from. I expect there will be a surplus and support a balanced approach towards addressing this legislative session. Some of my priorities include freezing tuition rates at our colleges and universities, expanding access to quality pre-K education, improving our roads and infrastructure, and property tax relief. Two of my priorities call for investments in education. Study after study has cited that investments in our children pays dividends down the road. That payback will help address the shortage of skilled workers in Minnesota. I also like initiatives like job skill partnerships that will bring educational, economic development, and business communities together. Minnesota economy is doing well, but in order for businesses to grow and thrive, they need the people with the skills and training for 21st century jobs. When it comes to addressing the achievement gap, investment in public education is once again critical. I want to compliment our Bloomington teachers on what a great job they are doing in educating our future leaders. I have two kids in the Bloomington Public Schools and am thrilled with the education that they are receiving. That's why I'm a proponent of making sure that our children are equipped with the latest technologies and resources to advance their learning and prepare them for jobs in a global economy. Our children are Minnesota's future. Let's make the necessary investments now so that no one gets left behind. In closing, I'm ready to contribute towards building an opportunity economy that works for all Minnesotans. As a Bloomington City Council member and project manager, I've worked across every level of government. I know firsthand the need to close the skills gap and develop a workforce for 21st century jobs. As a state representative, I'll be able to hit the ground running, ensuring that Bloomington residents continue to have a strong voice at the Capitol.